So this was a lobby. Appreciate everyone in the stream being able to join up. Ooh, wow. Whoops. So we did burn the OS. He did a good job actually getting a really good, like kind of baiting it, and he just turned his back. So that worked out really well for you. I did want to say that whoever gets like the furthest front spawn, so this could have been you, Hunt, if you wanted to, because I think red team does have like a slight advantage to getting this. So it could have been the front right player could go for it, and then even still it ended up being Crusher. You went for it. Actually, you might have already had the spawn, because I'm not starting from the 0 mark, so it might have been you. But definitely try burning your thrust slide on the start, because you're not going to need it in the first 4 seconds. That way you can just get a little bit more timing, and then you can, like, you know, throw a nade, grab it, throw yourself into this corner right here and try to like eat the nades. But honestly, it worked out because they turned their back on you, but usually they won't turn their back on you, right? They're going to get this if you let them, and then it's just going to be like a trade, but it just worked out. So that's really good. As far as the tower push, let's go on now with Mr. Hunt. So we didn't throw, I don't think you thrust slid either. So basically both players going for the customs didn't use like the timing just to thrust slide, because you're not going to use it in the beginning. And then also we got to be throwing nades here, at least one, so we can shut down if they send someone top. And I don't think anyone did that. We're going to see it from here. So both of the players coming this way, no one threw a nade here, which could have been really good to shut this down. And you can almost always anticipate they're going to do that, and like really, really good teams will know they're going to do that, so they're going to hop up here. But at least then they're up here and you can shoot them.
Yeah, they're forced into.
It also gives them a rough angle to shoot at you.
And so,
hey,
what's up?
Do you bank that nade off the wall there?
Yeah, like right here.
Yeah, just right there. Okay.
Yeah. And then we definitely could have got this camo right here. Like, it just seems like we can't be in the middle of this playing it here, because we have to anticipate they're going to push from tower, right? So we have to keep kind of either you want to hold forward and get in this guy's face, and that way it's like it's a 50-50, but you do have your help from the back player coming in. If you trade or make him weak, at least you're blocking your angles being here from the guy pushing you tower, right? We don't want to stay here and take the fight here, because you're gonna get shot from tower from the top cat, right? So there's that. Yeah. So it's kind of like, if the nades, we're gonna end up going to, okay, nice, I can skip the black screen. But if the nades go well in the future and you get really strong hit markers, then you can kind of slow play this, get the slay, focus him, and you can trust your pair who's down here to kind of delay the camo. But if you don't get hit markers or whatever, you do have a chance to do that, like that slide launch using, you know when you sprint, right, and then you like hit the slide near the bottom of this slope. This is really good. It's a really good slope to do it on. It's so great. You can literally thrust slide, burn your thrust, keep sprinting, and then slide launch on the bottom of this, and it'll literally take you so you can grab the camo and you'll land like right here, and then you'll get your thrust back like a second and a half later when you're on your way back to, like, if you're trying to live and run or something, as another option. You just don't want to let them live with camo, because it's 50 seconds and camo's really strong. But yeah, they do get the camo. Eli almost takes the camo player out. But yeah, now they're gonna have camo for a while. But yeah, that's kind of all for the first start. That's all I got, really. Make sure we're death camming.
Why so far back there off the rip? Like, what happened?
I think he just took a low flank.
In a 1v2.
Yeah, just took a low flank, and then a little timing loss there when he fell and had to reclamber, and then another clamber.
Okay.
Yeah, he almost did it. Maybe we could be throwing. He did throw a higher nade, right? Maybe like up here, so it kind of bounces a little further back, and then who knows? But good try. You guys are gonna take out the camo, I think, on Carnage's third life, but spoilers. All right. Even still, though, I know that you did a good job, staying on the death cam, or at least Eli did a good job telling you where camo was going, because as soon as you spawned, you instantly knew to look, and you were like ready for the camo. You didn't hit him, but it was a really good try. Just gonna let this play out for a sec.
Distance shooting camo is awful.
It's really hard.
Yeah.
Yo, Sensation, you made it. Welcome in.
We really need to nail our starting strats, because we get like rolled off the rip like 2 times in the series against these guys, and it's not good.
I think those are both the games we lost.
The last thing I forgot to mention for the opening start Sorry to cut you guys off. Just you mentioning the opening star here. You do have an option also. This is fine sending 2-2. You do have an option to have a player here. It would have been Yuhazak, could have been anyone in the future like playing this rotation. And then again, we can shut down, like, be the middle player, right? So you can shut down top tower push and then also still be here to shoot these guys. And you can start arming it if it goes well, or you can fly over here if they need it, or you can, you know, double up down here late if you need to or whatever. Like,
Okay, so you're saying go window and get shots on, like, cat?
it's an option, yeah. It's an option for a player to do that. This is fine too as well, if you really want to, like, make sure you're in the field to play. But yeah, having a middle player come this way, they're really aggressive, right? You can throw extra nades, shoot, even get involved in there, and then kind of
gives you
help.
access to a lot of fights.
Yeah, yeah. We'd be seeing this for sure, right? That's huge. So on the next live, small thing, you know, whenever you get a chance to grab plasmas, you could always do that as your rotation here. After you see you're going to go red nest, you could just grab it and then jump thrust. You're barely going to skip a beat. You're going to lose like 1 second of time, but now you have more tools. Just a nade tower if you need to, or if they push you. And then here, since Crusher's already outside, this is fine. Like, if you're going to be window, the team call could be to coordinate everyone to push outside, and you're going to start kind of creating a U on the map, right? So you'd be the solo player delaying here in the red nest, and then everyone else needs to come out this way to kind of help Crusher live. That would have been huge. And so we see we see Eli doing it, and then I'll back up a little bit. Backed up a lot of bit, sorry. I went to the dark screen. Hopefully it didn't freeze. Yay!
We made it.
It froze for a minute, but it worked out. So I think Hazak, you end up doubling up window, you get naded, and then you get taken out. So super unfortunate. So just like, you know, knowing not to double up when you already have Carnage and window and you can already start rotating outside would be really good in the future. So I can play it like this to kind of show it.
Yeah, I remember that. I jumped up on the ledge or whatever, got hit with a nade.
Yeah, you already had a good spawn. Both you and Eli could start going outside. Maybe one of you guys thrust grab the LR, and then boom, we're in the field of play. Get the rockets, help trade with Crusher, and then start like playing for blue, while we keep one player in the window instead of doubling up 2 players here. And then especially if we go down, that's going to create like now everyone's dead, right? So now Carnage, all you need to do is try to delay as long as you can, right? Delay average slay, don't die, don't get averaged. You're in a good spot to do that, even if you have to kind of like, you know, milk, hide, do whatever.
See,
Come here and
my
wait.
first thought is when we don't have slays and we're spawning in red, is to push past red nest to go to blue bend. Because I feel like in red nest or cat, we're just going to get fried when we're command down.
It's really hard, yeah. So like Carnage, you're kind of living, you know, and then you gotta know they're gonna be pushing you outside death cam, and then boom, you see the split from Crusher right out there. This is where the play call could be made. Crusher, you could spawn and try to go tower because you do have a natural pinch here with Hunt, but obviously Hunt, you have to really be trying to delay here. You can't come to the red nest at this point. You know there's a guy tower, you know they're gonna be outside on you, so it's all good now. We're just kind of trying to fight for blue and tower. Make sure I'm not missing anything here.
I feel like it's better to just hard commit for like tower there and to play like catwalk than to go outside to blue bend. I feel like you have like more cover on the way there.
Off of
like
the first spawn?
less angles where they can hit you at, yeah.
Like right here, or after everyone died?
Like, yeah, like when we spawn up, like yeah.
Right
like,
here?
On up there, yeah, like all 3 of us should be pushing like tower, I think there.
It could work if you have info, but it's pretty
From red,
hard.
I don't see a good way to get to even tower.
It's
without getting lit up.
Yeah, it's really hard. We're gonna see the pattern. Basically, like Blue Hill, I always feel like is really good when you want to get people away from power position. So if they're top tower, if you get to blue and you get to here, they can't shoot you in tower. They literally have to be blue, even blue plat. They can nade you, and it's not, you know what I'm saying? Like they have to come out and push you. That's the power of blue. It's kind of like attracting attention, and that's why it's like it's good that Crusher's going out there. If Crusher, like, let's say he wins this fight, right, and he starts tapping blue, these guys are already flying out there. They're already like aware, like, oh, you know, if my teammate dies, if you win this and you start going in blue, they're gonna leave tower. Then you could, when they're leaving tower, then I completely agree, right? Then it's like, yeah, you have the option to start going from red to tower. But when they're not doing that yet, it's usually safer to kind of push blue, let them respond to that, and then if we only keep Karnig alive here by himself and the rest of you guys all went outside instead of doubling up, like if everyone went outside here, then we'll have the option to kind of, you know, weigh the balance and figure out, do we need to go continue blue, or like do we have a chance to like flip to tower afterwards?
Yeah, like if we all live up on the way there, then what do? Do you keep going blue, or do you get one person to like start taking like red nest or some shit?
You can start doing both, but definitely like you have to weigh it out depending on the numbers advantage at that point. So here it's like, oh, Crusher, you got that spawn there. Okay, yeah, it's good that you went blue. My bad. I don't know why I thought like you spawned blue plat and you could have pinched tower, but this is fine. Let's go to the next spawn. Karnig does a good job.
God, I got so quick there.
No, you're fine. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hot 5. Third time's the charm. We took out the camo on the third life, and then they rocket you. That's still a good trade. Really good taking out
That's how
camo.
I died blue. I got rocketed. I was wondering how I died so quick.
It's all good. All right, life number 4. So you guys do such a good job, right? This is literally, I'm gonna let it play out, but we're gonna go back and watch a third person. Perfect example of how to, of one of the really good ways to play the situation, because you guys flipped the map and got map control here where you're being down trip cap. Solid 2v1 with you and Eli. Another 2v1 here, you guys finish. Crusher getting slays. We got the red nest. I think that was Hazak. Great. Real good, real good. Now you need to be aware they're going to be spawning red, because you saw the red nest player who capped red go outside, so you're kind of living. This is good. You cannot be jumping here. It's so important when you are the only person in tower, like up there, and they know you're there. Every jump, every clamber like this is very dangerous. They could, you know, average you, and then they finally get you right here when you jump and you're exposing your back to the red. That's how they got you. So let's watch that from the start, because you guys did a really good job as a team adapting here. I'm gonna get you on the spawn though, and we'll watch it right now. So Crusher goes window. Eli gets the bonus spawn immediately going towards tower. Love it. You're doing a good job, Crusher, in the window, just getting damage, not going into red nest too early and dying. And then this is really good. So Hazak got this spawn. You do have the option here, if you want to do a 3-1, to just timing wise you spawn here, you could just go this way, and it's going to be 3 guys tower with Crusher being the solo player here in the red nest, and then he's just going to keep doing damage. And then if you get numbers, maybe he can jump in and start doing, you know, getting in the hill, putting that double dilemma of arming red nest and tower, jumping up here and putting more damage. But instead, you guys do a really safe play, like doing a little bit of both. Hazak goes outside, Crusher doing a good job getting that double dilemma, eventually start arming the red. Well, we have 2 guys tower. Really good too, right? So you're the middle player, Crusher, and then Hazak doing the outside fill. Awesome, right? So this is a good way to do it as well, because it's still basically 3 bodies looking this way, and then the solo player outside in a fair 1v1. You lose the 1v1, but it's still a good try. And then, yeah, you guys capitalize here in tower. Awesome. Works out. And we capped red nest. So at this point now, it's like, now we're trying it again. So now Hazak's doing the, again, grab the LR, guys. We're leaving it a lot. This is so strong to use it when you get the spawn, and then that'll help you on your like rotation outside. But this is good. At this point, we could be having this player, they are going to flank the blue plat, and then we could keep a player playing the middle position like Crusher. You can just keep playing this, and kind of rotate through the middle here of the map this way instead of going all the way out. I think you go outside. Yeah, you go outside the red bend. You could just take a more aggressive route through here, knowing to look blue plat, and then you can, this will help you like fight this, right, instead of going that way. So that's a big pattern that we see, but for the majority of the rest of the game, we see this pattern happening on the flip side when you guys are arming blue. I don't want to get ahead of myself, but yeah, basically just taking middle routes when you already have a perimeter. So you already have player outside, go through the middle, shut down this spawn, and help this. You can air yourself some more damage right there. Once we see this, Karnig, after you get this is a really good 1v1, and you turn around and you see like, oh, 2 of my teammates are outside. You have to know they're going to be splitting red plat, red base around there, right? So they're already spawning, they're already quick. And this is what I was saying before, like every time you jump here, it's dangerous. So this is really good job backing him down. Once you do this, that's so big, you might want to start like backing down and coming this way, taking the blue lights flank and kind of baiting the disciplined route of them, you know, the enemy's going to push from red plat into like tower, and you can be here baiting it as your back player he could be the one to do the high flank, right? Instead, you stay here, that's fine, and then Eli goes in the bottom, awesome. You just can't be jumping, right? Because if this player lies, if he had been looking tower, you're dead right here. Instead of you looking at him, he's focusing on the rotation. If he'd been looking at you, you're gonna die because you have another player pushing you and him looking at you. And that's very, very common. You just got really good shots on him. You're able to like survive again, another push.
Somehow.
Yeah, and so just even this clamber right here, very dangerous, because we have to know we're basically holding an L on the map, having like this, right? The blue plat, the blue bend, and this way. It's kind of like an L. We're forcing them to spawn red base, red plat. So every clamber, every jump up here when you solo tower is very dangerous. But you survive 2 of them, but your 3rd time now that you expose yourself, that's when they get you. So very easy to fix, right? Just kind of being aware of the spawns, and you can live here. It's going to be really good.
I hear that.
Yeah. Let me make sure I'm reading everything. 1v1, it ended up bad. Sorry, chat, I'm trying to read this. Most so back issues are daily. Oh man, I feel you, Crusher, on that. Join the club, man. All right. Let's go to the next live.
Rocket launcher in 10 seconds.
Rocket, everything's about to drop soon.
Just like my body.
All right, cool. So this is kind of where we have to decide as a team: are we going to defend blue, or are we going to trade for red? And either one could have worked. I think defending blue was a good call. I just think we need to have like a faster route. So once you see this player, it's only one guy, and then Crusher's outside. Hopefully you're death camming and you're saying like it's only one, and then eventually like, oh, there's 2 red bend, right? Like only one is going outside to help. So like we have timing on this, but we don't want to go this way. We want to actually literally just hold forward through here, and you can throw both of your nades. You can actually bank your nades off of the pillar, and if you throw it right, it could kind of bank this way in this general direction, give a little bit of splash damage for you and give you some information, and then you can always restack 2 more grenades right here along the way, so you're not really missing a beat. And you're going to go much faster, and as long as one player in tower is here to help you, you're good, right? You can start actually like defending this by yourself. You guys, Hazak could also leave at this point. You guys could both go, and you know that your teammates should be spawning tower, so it really could be 2 of you and then someone else. As long as one player stays in tower and we don't all die for this, we're good. So it could have been you and Hazak going forward, but I just think taking a long route this way, it's easier to nade you, and then yeah, like now you're committed. They get you really quickly. So yeah, the reason why I'm saying take the fast route, you're going to get a lot of timing on one person. It takes 10 seconds to arm the hill when you're doing it by yourself, so you have a lot of time. Look at Crusher coming in after you die, way later, almost getting in there with a little bit of tower help, right? Crusher gets in there literally right as the hill got armed. So if that would have been you, Hunt, instead going there first, for sure you get there, you're delaying it, you have help from Crusher a couple seconds later, and Hazak is already watching. Or Hazak can go with you, and then Crusher can go with you as well, and then Eli would say tower, whatever, however the cookie crumbles, but faster route basically is the main thing.
I think initially when they started taking blue, just our issue was like we were having a discussion on what to save. So it immediately cut into our timing just from the talk about where we're going.
Gotcha. I mean, the other option is to rotate and just trade, but my general rule of thumb is like, it comes down to timing and numbers advantage, right? So the numbers is kind of like even right now. I think, yeah, 3v3, and there's only one person in the hill. So it's like, just go defend it. And then if you can't defend it and you give it up, you're at least, you know, you can go play for the OS, or you can maybe make a play for Rockets if you are there. If you go red, is a little bit slower at this point, and you don't know if both of these guys are going to come back and just start shooting tower, and you know they're just going to leave one player to bait blue and they're going to focus on tower. You don't really know. So yeah, this would have worked out. I just didn't take a faster route, and yeah, we'll keep it rolling. So off of your spawn here, Carnage, it could have been your camo. Okay, it's going to spawn right there, but you got really good timing to help Crush, right? Crusher's already outside, so this is great, and hopefully you're calling out whoever spawns in tower, get the camo, and a little bit of a timing loss here because you go in, you actually hard commit to check the overshield. Crusher should have been letting you know, or if not, ask him, you know, like, because he knows when the OS, or should know, right? Because you backsmack the overshield, so you know it's like right away at 50. It was burned, and so at this point, it's for sure going to be gone at 46. We could have been, you know, getting faster into this field of play and doing more damage. But either way, you live. Your teammates do a good job of going back and picking up the camo. I think Eli grabs it. Yeah. So it's all fine, and then now you're in a good flank here behind them. I'm going to let it play out, though. So you're living, you're rotating, Eli's helping pinch the tower. You guys did a really good job here, basically setting up a U on the map. At this situation, you guys have to know, like, once these players are dead, you guys have a U on the map. You're going to be basically spawning them tower. It's a tower spawn trap. And it's going to work out really, really well. I'm going to play it out, and we'll watch it after, but it works out really, really well. And then I think, yeah, you cap this hill. Opportunity for you to just quickly grab these frags because you don't have any. Yeah, you're out of nades. So just that way you can help defend tower or bait your flanks if they push you on blue. And you're right there too. You're so close. So just really nitpicky, but grab the frags, right? It's going to give you more tools. Eli turns around, helps shut down the blue plat. Crusher is living and getting red nest. You guys have a U on the map. We should know they're going to spawn tower. Boom, right? So it's really good. Now this is that pattern I talked about where we're taking too many perimeter routes as a team instead of speeding it up faster when you already have perimeters. So Eli already shut down a player blue plat and got the kill, so there's no reason to go in here. This is a perfect chance to go through the middle of the map having a perimeter, right? You can come through mid-cat, get information, and then either we already capped red, so we don't even have to help with that. We can already start flying this way to shut this down. So timing loss when one of you goes, and then double timing loss when Hazak also goes. So now we have 2 players in a straight line, basically 3 of us holding down this blue lane and losing all of this information on this player coming this way getting his shields back. That's pretty big. So yeah, that's going to be something to definitely, like, you know, patch up in the future. When you have perimeter player, go through the middle, you have numbers. There's no reason to, like, triple stack or double stack, I should say, into blue right here. We would have seen this player, and then that's going to help Eli live with camo longer. You guys do see this player. I'm going to go back to Karnig. You guys do end up hearing him. I think we lose Eli. We lose Crusher. We're going to go see Crusher's life. You guys find this player. Karnig helps Hazak take him out. But you see how that kind of still caused a little bit of a timing loss because we're kind of having to go back as opposed to seeing it right away. Before I go any further, though, we got to look at your life, Crusher, because you do a really good job arming this hill. I'm going to go back to when you get in there, though. This is great. Natural pinch from blue plat to red nest. You're helping. You should, you know, could definitely keep looking towards tower here because there's another player. But I see that, you know, you're trying to respond to someone underneath you. So we could be looking tower. It's kind of like the bigger play. Make sure our camo player lives. And then you win this fight. This is big. Capped it. Awesome. More damage. Great. And at this point, go into red nest. Whoever arms this hill right here, we need to be inside here to actually milk our lives. And this is going to help you control this and just kind of keep yourself in a... You have more options, right? It's harder to kill you there. Instead, we stay in the red nest for a very, very long time. And we have to know, basing on our positioning, we have like an L on the map, or actually, sorry, a U on the map. So they're going to be spawning in between, in the middle of the U and the tower. So you can't be here in the red nest. So yeah, bro, if you go inside window, you're good. They're not going to be able to take you out here easily. But at this point, it's kind of chalked. Everyone's like calling you out. And even if you don't die, you already have somebody rotating on you, behind you. So that's like the other end of the play. And we saw all this, right? So we talked about this being faster, so he doesn't even get through there. We probably would call out that 5-shot player when he was blue cage. You guys probably could have melted him because he literally spawned right here. And you guys were both here. So if both of you guys hold this way, you see him and he's dead. And then that helps Eli live and you guys can soar. You'll probably still keep camo alive longer. Karnig, you do a really good job. Well, that was unfortunate. You missed a jump, but you killed this player, so that was great. Really good shots. If he didn't clamber there and he just kept going down, you don't get him, though, so he kind of let you get him. Awesome shots, though. Yeah, awesome shots. And then we'll let it play from here. Now, I'm not sure if you caught this player right there. Maybe you probably saw it because the outlines are on. Yeah, blue cage underneath. I'll take the outlines off. It happens really fast, so it's a little nitpicky. But yeah, if we see this player in the future, because he got to watch in 3, 2, 1. When we actually, sorry, after we missed his jump, we're gonna see him on the bottom rotating. If you catch him, right there, it was so fast, right? If you see that, that's even better. If we don't, this player could have been an issue, but luckily, it just worked out where you guys turn around and kill him. So at this point right here, after this happens, this is the next dilemma is we have red, or sorry, we have tower in blue, we're losing blue, and we're getting our footing in red. So I'm always talking about, I know every time we watch this gameplay or this Eden Strongholds, we talk about like blue versus red, which one's better, right? That's something we've chatted about a lot.
Mm-hmm.
So in my opinion, this is a situation where I like red and tower better. Just hands down, I think it's a stronger setup. Both hills are closer to each other. It's like a you scratch my back, back and forth situation where it's really hard for a team to control these hills or to get control of these hills back. You kind of force teams to go blue first. So a good way to do this, to flip it and not prioritize blue, because you're already you see this guy and you're immediately gonna literally do this pattern that we're gonna see everyone doing this a lot on your team, is going all the way to blue plat and going this way. That's a big timing loss. Instead, we could have, you could be staying tower and shooting from here immediately, instant damage, right? There's no rotating, no looking away. You could literally be shooting and putting damage here after we take out this tower player, and then basically send 2 red to trade for red, have 1 person hard commit to blue, and have a tower player in the middle to be the middle player. The middle player helps both parties. So that would have been Hunt staying tower, Hazak doubling up on red with, I believe this is Crusher, and then Eli would be the one to hard commit because he's already on blue, so he can hard commit, hold forward here, grab the extra plasma nades, and then he's not going to be really alone because Karnig would be the middle player, right? So being in the middle, boom, right there, this tower player dies, right? So again, 2 players focus red for the trade because it's a favorable trade, at least in my opinion. It's a stronger setup. Eli goes alone to blue, and then Hunt stay in the middle here to help this and put damage immediately, as opposed to like you were already going to the blue plat. That was already like your mindset to go blue and then attack with Eli. Big timing loss there. They end up getting you either way, so yeah. The other way to do that is we could just not even worry about blue. Like, if you don't want to even worry about it, you can just trade and go straight to red. Everyone can just, come that way, give up blue. We all still here?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. It was quiet. It's like, oh no, I don't know if I lagged out.
I'm trying not to slow you down.
Oh, I appreciate it,
I like
guys.
to
Trying to
talk a bit
listen.
much.
No, it's all good. Okay, we want to prioritize getting red nest. Safest way to do this is, yep. Okay, we talked about that. Keep 1 player in towers, middle player. Okay. Let's talk again the situation. If we do that, where Eli, by the way, Eli's about to get a huge double kill right here. We'll see that. If we, again, 1 player going to blue, 2 go red, 1 middle player stays tower. If we do that and this player doesn't die and we get this red, one of those red players could flank outside, right? We could still, I'm not saying completely give up blue, I'm saying do it intelligently, where we prioritize the stronger setup, tower and nest. They already have 2 guys blue, so it's like, let them have that, slow play that. If we get to red and we don't die, we can send 1 player flanking this way, right? And now there's the pinch while we're still arming red and playing for tower. If we lose blue, doesn't matter. They're going to get blue. We're going to have tower and red. We have height advantage. We have a better setup. It's very easy to bait them out of blue afterwards. That's the last thing. Eli does a really good job here, throwing a really good nade, getting 2 of them super weak, and then quickly getting a double kill. This is when you spawn. I believe you're going to spawn right now. And this is your chance at this point to immediately double up and go blue, because you got a double kill, and it's like, just play for your strengths. You already have, blue and tower is still a good setup, right? He already got a big kill. Luckily though, right after, like, the other thing is you go help tower, which is, it makes sense, huh? Like, because you're gonna help keep tower alive, and then Crusher did a really good job going. So as long as this happened, it could have been you going out and then Crusher going tower. It flip-flopped. It worked out really well. So good job, Crusher, going outside, doubling up for blue, and then Hunt working with Hazak and tower. Really good job. And then you guys are going to cap this, and I think, boom, you guys kill this player. Awesome. So now it's looking really good, and we'll watch the live from here. You got another double kill yourself. I love this rotation to red. This is really good. Here's that pinch we kind of talked about, right? But now it's just one player. And now we have to know they're going to be basically spawning either like red plat, possibly tower if we leave tower and go blue. Right? So you're going to come out here and get another double kill back to back. So netting yourself back to back doubles. Big plays. You did kill one who had a light rifle around here. Maybe you could grab that, but it's gone. So this is good. So again, now we have a U. Awesome, right? We could be keeping maybe one back to get the rockets, but this is totally good to shut down this, right? This makes sense. We can get rockets later, not a big deal. I love it. You're putting in damage. You're looking at your flanks. So at this point, once you get this, because you're going to arm this hunt, you're doing a really good job. And maybe put a couple more shots in, but your main focus needs to be, we have numbers. My teammates are there. I cap this. We have a trip cap. I need to get the overshield. That needs to be, in my opinion, what you need to be doing. Instead of coming this way and committing, just start coming this way and get ready for the OS because it's going to drop. There it is right there. And instead, we're committing to these fights, and then we're jumping and challenging, and now we're going to die, right? So
I think we all do that.
yeah. Awesome, awesome job. Literally amazing life. Back-to-back doubles. You got the trip cap arm by yourself, and then just move on to the next macro play for the overshield. Luckily, Crusher spawns, and you immediately go in and get the overshield, so that worked out still. And then you're spawning here, and Hazak did a good job getting the camo, so now we have everything at like 40. It's about 40, 41. They hit you with some really rough nades, so then all you want to do is just live, right? There's no reason to challenge this. Maybe you're feeling hot from the last double kills you got and you challenged, but definitely if you can survive there and not peek out, we're good. You're going to be in tower while your camo player is leaving and rotating. You already have overshield. So unfortunate life there, but we'll keep it rolling. So this is really good by you to notice that like you're not going to need to go outside and you help Hazak live. He has camo. That's huge. Keeping Hazak alive is super important. Now we're going outside here again.
Lost blue bed. Blue team score.
Alright, so after you die here, this is unfortunate because we are losing our tower hill soon, and this is where Crusher could be looking tower. You don't know though to look, but yeah, that's unfortunate. They're going to kill you as well. Alright, so back to you, Hunt. This is where I don't think we needed to push blue. This is that pattern again where we have to decide where we're going to go. So this is awesome right here. Took that player out. Once you see him here again, no reason to go into blue right now. We're losing timing again. So this is that pattern I talked about earlier where we're going into blue always to flank. Just stay here. You're already here. You already see one guy. Maybe you catch the second player and you could be putting instant damage, and there's already two there. So again, the rule of thumb is we can defend blue if we have timing and numbers. Now we don't have timing and numbers because they already have two there. It's not going to be a 10-second cap. It's going to be much faster. And so you need to already start rotating this way, in my opinion. It's faster to just kind of bump this way. Camo player could very easily start making the rotation to go arm red, or they can cut through the middle here, grab these plasmas, and then you can rotate back to tower or something, right? I think going for red here is the play from a macro perspective. Give up blue. We have camo. We're not going to be, you guys are ahead. You guys can afford to lose a little bit of timing to set up the bigger play and get slays with camo, right? So Hazak is going in the middle. I dig it. We are spawning towers still. We could be rotating towards red, right? And then we're just going to make sure we milk our lives so that Hazak can do some damage here and help us secure red, which is pretty much what he's doing. So yeah, we just don't want to. Yeah, I think going blue here, Hunt, really, really rough for you. Maybe if you get a kill along the way, it can help out, but we don't really have to push it because they already beat us there. Yeah. That's all I got for that, though. All right, cool. Off the spawn here, you do have the option here to double up for blue as Hazak's going, and you have Eli doing a really good job milking his life. He's actually going to do a good job taking this player out. He's just going to challenge and win. We're going to watch it. Really good job putting in damage here. And so then we could have been, doubling up here already and getting timing on the blue. And again, this is the power of Blue Hill, is it forces the opposite team to leave their power positions in tower to stop you. And so Eli needs to be, maybe like here more and milking his lives, right? As long as you can. That's half the team focusing on him. It could have been, you know, you could be out there helping. Either way, though, you went to, you know, be here in the middle, and that's fine too. This still works. And I think you cap this. And then Eli basically, or Hazak, that was Hazak outside. So Hazak, you pretty much did your job. You didn't arm the hill, but you had half the team focusing on you, and that's alleviating pressure on tower, right? They went towards you. That allowed you guys to get the red hill. And now here, this is where maybe the communication was a little, I don't know what happened, because if we want to rotate outside, which makes sense, again, because it's harder, it's kind of hard to push tower here unless the whole team's doing it, and we know they're going to be spawning blue plat. They have this side of the map controlled. So I like this call to kind of rotate out and get blue. We need to be.
My call, not gonna lie.
That's fine. Yeah, in this situation it's good, but we need to let Eli know, like, we're rotating outside because Eli has no business rotating, trying to push tower alone, right? Maybe he thought he was gonna have your help, Carnage. So maybe the comms, you know.
I mean, if I remember right, I'm pretty sure I told Crusher I was. Yeah, then I was like, okay, I'm following you, Crusher. I'm going there with you.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
I remember that. Yeah.
That's fine. We say that, maybe take it a step further and say, look, Eli, play alone, right? Because if Eli just lives here
Yeah.
and then just keeps shooting, maybe he can like rotate here into the window. Let's play it from here, right? If this was Eli, he was kind of bouncing in between, shooting from here, jumping here, being really annoying, being a monkey, and like just annoying the hell out of these guys. He doesn't have to solo push at all, right? You guys are going to push outside. They're going to see that, and they're going to send numbers there, and then they're going to have the dilemma of like, well, what about the guy red window? He could have 2 guys wasting time on him right now as you guys rotate outside, right? 3 players outside, and then he could be shooting these players. And if he can keep 2 people on him, that's for sure you guys should cap blue. It's a 3v2 outside if he's got 2 on him, so you should have numbers to cap blue. If you guys die or whatever, then he can eventually like rotate to, you know, to tower after. But yeah, he dies, and that allows everyone to focus outside and like stop you guys at that point, because he just like solo pushed it. Okay.
So maybe the way to do that is like you just keep a guy at red window being annoying, and then you send the 3 guys out, and then the guy at red window just does his best to like stay alive. And then once the 2 players are collapsing on him, he just like dodges outside, just like fucking dips outside.
But the thing is, he's supposed to draw attention away from blue bend while slowing the people down trying to get to blue bend. Like that's the key.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll watch it from here. It's like, yeah, Eli could just be living, and then you guys could all go outside. Obviously, if you have more numbers, you don't have to send 3 outside. You can send 2 outside and have someone like playing the mid cat to help. Like he can go tower or blue bend. So right here, it's the next play. Boom, you guys are all going outside. So yeah, at this point, Hazak, you could come this way and help defend here to kind of keep Eli alive. And then it's a 2v2 outside, or you can all 3 commit. That's fine. Eli can live in the red instead of pushing by himself, and it's kind of the same thing. Spacing here could have been a little better. This is I believe this is you, Carnage. You're gonna get shot and then turn around and then get shot from this flank. So to initiate that, we could have had you already, like, you can already be doing the sneaky flank. Let me go to you, Carnage, and then we'll go to the next life. But yeah, just spacing on the outside so that we don't go down is like, you know, 1 player play the rocket, which is Crusher, and then you can come this way already. They also could be nading it, anticipating it, but just other options for you guys. But yeah, we'll keep it rolling. Alright. Life number. This is really good awareness by you to look here. Super good. And you 5 this guy. I know you're a 1-shot. He's a 1-shot too. It's going to be unfortunate because you're trying your best to see him and you can't. And he's just milking and milking and milking. That moment right there could have been a sprint to take him out faster. We'll go back and see it. But yeah, super, super good awareness by you to shut that down. Just spawning here and knowing like, wait, we're not spawning near our hill. Like, we need to get there. So at this point, even though you're 1-shot, it's like, yeah, assess it. Like, if there's a guy tower shooting at you or whatever, and you don't know, there isn't, now you're good. Right here, sprint. Once your shield starts coming back, just sprint. Even if you're at the 1-shot, it might as well just like try, like, instead of walking this, if you sprint, maybe you get there faster because he was barely getting his shield back right now. Either way, you guys get him. All good. Looking really good right here. So we're going to watch this. They have a trip cap though. So this is unfortunate you fell. Obviously, I don't think you meant to fall there, right? This would have been really good opportunity for you to stay here, double cap, jump up here, help shut down the blue plat as you're getting the double dilemma, capping tower and red nest, but you fall, unfortunately. Let's see how it plays out. Now you guys are sending 3 players here and keeping 1 in the back to arm this. That's totally fine. Crusher, after you arm this, you could, you know, opt to kind of like play here to help with this, because you should have the timing on the next overshield because you got it like later, right? So you could be doing that. And then Carnage, don't jump in the hill at this point. You see all these nades, your teammates are backing down, they're weak. Do not jump in the hill, right? Just kind of keep baiting it, and you guys could be wrapping around here, 1 player to shoot this, and then you're ready for the fight. And again, this is where Crusher, if you were in the window, right, you could be seeing this instead of rotating in the middle. We could be here and actually like seeing this and shooting. Carnage, you could, high risk, high reward play option for you is to play the, instead of going into the hill and taking that fight from there, you could play here, the old camo. And again, you have 2 teammates with you in tower, and if Crusher's in the window, it's not that like scary, right? You can like isolate this battle. They're not going to nade you easily, and then you can at least get a trade, maybe even win it if Crusher's in the window with you. So you go down, you die, and then Crusher, you did do a really good job here committing after. Like, this is great that you come in here, boom, now you guys are going to get this hill. So that was great job adapting and like sending numbers to numbers after you saw Hunt died. But yeah, I would just suggest for you in the back, as a back player, once you arm this, start really focusing on shutting this down, and then you know that your flank to the right is open. So that's why I kept suggesting, like, come this way, come into the window. You could be helping the whole time, and then, you know, we could do something like play the old camo here, because you can't really get naded here and you're going to have help. But yeah, really good job adapting, getting this hill. All right, Carnage you get a really good spawn here to immediately play for the overshield. When you spawn, it's gonna drop, but we kind of, I guess, forget the timing of it and come out this way, and it's gonna pop right here. The overshield, the rockets are coming for it, but yeah, it's not gonna be easy for you, but you do have the timing to at least maybe delay, trade, maybe you win, maybe you 5 him, who knows what happens, right? You've been shooting really well so far, but we lose timing. We do go back for it. And now we have to adapt to, like, oh shoot, you know, they have rockets and OS. I think you call him out and you do a good job singling him out, putting a bunch of damage on Sensation. I think that's Sensation. Yep, and he's in here actually watching. So you guys put really good shots. Crusher melees him. Teammates outside. You get the rockets and you get a trade. Cool. So now we have to be calling out rockets or blue band. Let's focus on that. We already have red, so we can start, you know, going for the outside hill, which the team does do. Crusher goes outside with another teammate. Yep, Crusher and Hazak going outside, playing for the blue and the rockets. This is unfortunate. We just need better spacing again. You know, this nade could have been dodged if you just hold forward and get in his face. He might have rockets, but at least, you know, it's a messy situation. But unfortunately, the nade does damage, and then they end up shooting a rocket and pretty much taking you both out because of spacing. So. Yeah, we could definitely be dodging the nade, holding forward, getting in his face. Who knows how it's going to play out, but this player's a one-shot, and unfortunately we have a player, Eli, dropping in. We're going to go back and watch it because we needed to focus as a team. In my opinion, everyone needs to be focusing on that because we have a chance to take out rockets and possibly camo after this death. We'll watch it right here. Look at Eli spawning. Eli could be already rotating outside as well. We have 3 players looking at that, and let the 4th player, Carnage, spawn up. Carnage could be the one to worry about red if we need to. If all 3 of you guys went outside here, we'll probably take out the rocket player who's a one-shot here. He's out of rockets, but he's a one-shot, and then who knows if we see the camo player or not. But yeah, unfortunately, Eli drops. This is like, I don't know what this is. It's kind of like a really long flank, and we're out of the field of play. One shot is living, and then yeah. So that's kind of what happened there. Let's keep watching though. And then yeah, if you're gonna, you can't jump out. This is like the same thing. If you're gonna be playing in red by yourself, we need to be playing in the window, I think. Or again, just rotating outside and trying to get the outside again. But yeah, if you're gonna play this, just delay inside the base. Maybe you could spawn, if that's your plan, get the LR and come into the window and start playing here, and just keep delaying and just see what they're gonna do, see how the play is gonna unfold, and you can decide what to do next. But jumping out like that, being down in numbers, they're just gonna wipe you for sure. There's no way to really do that safely, at least.
I hear you.
Yeah. All right, next life. Number 14. Again, grab our beautiful LR here. to help us along the way. I love this rotation though. You're going to become the middle player for the team. Hazak is already rotating tower, and you have 2 players outside, and now you're going to be the middle player. So this is how this rotation can work, right? Is like Hazak's going in, they're already outside and responding to that, and that means there's less of an issue in tower. Now at this point, if your teammates are dying, so Eli is in a bad spot still, right? This is like, we're leaving our solo player out here. I believe this is Crusher by himself, and then Eli's not really in a great spot to do much. I think you need to keep working with your red nest or tower player here instead of going outside at this point, right? You helped Hazak win that tower. Let's commit to that, right? Let's actually rotate this way. We can be shooting these guys, or maybe you can even rotate from the hill into tower, right? And then be shooting these players as they come up. Especially if Eli was in a better spot. He's in a really tough spot. He does put shots on one player, and his radar is like going crazy. He sees 3 dots, multiple dots. He's calling them out. He does take out one player. But yeah, that's like the main thing is, I don't think we needed to leave because now we lost Hazak, right? If he had been helping, maybe we can shut this down, put more damage, start rotating. Now this is where things get better though. Eli puts himself in a good spot. Hunt, you're rotating outside. You're already in the hill. I think you're going to get taken out, but the rest of your team's going to help. And then Eli's in a good spot here. This is really smart. Like, he's in a good spot here to kind of put shots for you guys as you guys are arming this hill. And then he sees a player here, so he could not jump in tower. He could respawn here and just shoot this player and secure this for more numbers and then go tower. But it still works out. He comes here, turns around. I mean, it could have been faster for sure, but he ends up living. You guys cap blue, and then he's rotating and getting tower, and he lives and gets this. This is like very, very important that he gets this. So now this is the end game scenario. This is the scenario we need to talk about because you guys had the game.
You're a goat, bro.
What's up?
I said Eli's a goat, bro.
Yes, this worked out. All right, so I wrote a ton here. Let me see. So I wrote 455, perfect example of how the blue hill can be used to bait out enemies from power positions. As enemies focus the blue hill, your team can now trade for red or for tower. And then, yeah, don't leave red nest. This is all in the beginning when Karnig was like, you went here in the hill, right? And you helped Hazak go there. This is a few seconds ago. Okay. So at this point, we have to watch Hazak's POV for the end until you spawn, before you spawn. All right, this is the end game scenario, so this is super, super important. Because you guys had so many advantages. You guys had like 4v2 like twice, I think. All right, here we go. This is the situation right here.
We are professional at shitting the bed.
So we lose Hunt, boom, 3 down, Eli's in tower. We have to know, based on the positioning, we have an L on the map essentially, like, if we draw it like here, even though no one's on the blue plat, they're not gonna spawn there like if we're blue and in tower. So we know they're gonna be probably spawning in the red side of the map because we left it. So last player alive, why are we doing this again? We're doing this pattern of going into the blue when
I don't know.
it's all good, right? This is your chance.
Flown straight across the catwalk, right?
Yeah, come here and then make it rain on this guy because I think you still have, yeah, you still have 2 grenades, right? And
I
then
was thinking about getting angles from the window, but
Yeah, so like that's what I was
the timing
just about to
was
say.
on the hill.
Yeah, because I'm agreeing with you, Azak. Like I think like that's what you're calling out, like you're going to do, and like we were afraid that somebody potentially might spawn back there because it happened to us like earlier on, like when we were just playing matchmaking. So I think that's why like you did
Someone
that.
might be in the alley.
Yeah,
blue alley or
exactly. Because
something,
like
right?
because I think that caused us to shit the bed earlier in the day when we were playing against just like some random team in matchmaking.
Oh, you remember that actually happening to me?
Yeah.
Or us?
Yeah, it happened to us.
Right, but that's
Right.
fair. So in the future, I'll just fly catwalk, like you said, bro.
Yeah.
yeah, it's really good. Just because there's 3 down and he's letting us know where he is, right? He's in the hill.
Yeah.
And then, you know, Eli knows that because he saw him and you're like bumped hips with him as he rotated the tower. So it's like we
odds of there being
100%.
Somebody in blue or an alley there, it's like nothing.
It's impossible. Yeah, you just killed 3. It's literally impossible for a few more seconds. And having these 2 hills, right? Like capping this and blue, it kind of forces them to, and plus the enemy, or yeah, the one player's here, so it's going to kind of force It should be red spawn. Yeah, there it is. Should be red spawn. So 100% right. Knowing that in the future, Crusher, you're doing a good job. Like, you're doing the long flank this way, and you're gonna delay every slave for a very long time. Awesome job keeping like your lane here. We're gonna watch that in a little bit. So yeah, if Hazak, if you go this way, we're good, right? You can keep just nading, play really fast, probably delay this hill, and then Crusher's coming on the outside flank while having a player tower. It's beautiful, right? You're gonna probably shut this down, and then we can start punishing these players out in the open right here. Like, he burned his thrust, he's gonna get like punished for sure. We're gonna keep watching it though, because it was you and Eli. So half the team were going back, right? We just got more slaves. Eli just helped cap this. Why are we going back to blue plat, right? Maybe it looks to me, correct me if I'm wrong, but it looks to me like your team is trying to really just hunker down and hold tower and blue, and you don't want to, like, you know, push a trip cap too early or something, and then just everyone dies and then it's game over because the score is at 96. You can't really afford to, like, lose a hill right now. You can only afford to trade at the same time. You can't afford to, like, lose a hill and not be in position. But we have to account for numbers here. Now it's 4v3 or 4v4, but it was 4v2 for a second when Eli was going back. So if we hold forward, basically, we should be good. And we'll play that out, and then we'll see how the rest of it ends. So we saw this 3 down. It's a 4v1 or a 3v1. We could be collapsing on the red. Eli caps this hill. Hunt just got the spawn right there in the blue cage. Crusher's outside delaying really well by himself. So basically you're forcing a red plat, red base spawn trap, having like this kind of situation, this little like lopsided L/U.
Yeah,
okay.
Instead of collapsing on it, we whimpered back to blue bend.
Yeah, you could be holding forward right here. Also, now they're all up, right? We could be literally collapsing on these players. Maybe.
So me and Eli are out of the play, and then like Hunter and Crusher in 1v1s right here, or 1v3s or whatever.
Yeah, if you guys both held forward here. Even if like the fourth guy, maybe you guys hold forward really fast and 3 of them spawn red and the 4th enemy might spawn like blue base or whatever, it's still fine, because it's like if he goes tower and you guys win these slays on red, he's not going to get tower. If you guys are like here arming the red, he's not going to get it alone. If he goes blue, doesn't matter. We're going to have like a stronger setup with tower and red anyways, and we should be able to cap it fast enough where we're not going to lose, you're not going to go from 96 and lose to 100 at that point. So mainly, yeah, timing loss.
I think right here I knew that Crusher was dying, so I'm like, fuck, I gotta like get outside and fight like blue bend next. So I started moving that way.
Yeah, Crusher's living. So do 2 more down again right here. You guys literally dominated the 2 players going tower. So another cycle of 4v2. You guys are slowly getting time. Hunt right here. You kind of had the right idea. I see you kind of rotating. You could literally, at this point, you could just fly to red here. Once you get this and you helped.
Save me!
Yeah, because I think Hunt, you spawned blue cage. You spawned blue cage and went in here and got a really good flank on the guys here. And you like helped kill one, Eli killed the other. So you wiped them out, and then you could just start rotating either to red nest or red plat, either or. This way is safer. Faster if you just fly this way, and then you call it out, and Eli should be the one to rotate out of blue and fly tower. He should be literally flying tower to refill you leaving Hunt as you go to red. And then yeah, like Crusher's been crushing it alone outside, delaying half the team. You could be flanking behind them. He's still delaying. He got one guy, one shot, and then nothing. And then we're still here. We're still like out of the field of play. We're still way pushed back at blue. Even now, Hunt, you could be doing it and trying to just come this way just to kind of force them to keep spawning on the outside red bend. I just high-fived my camera. There you go. And then again, like Eli could be doubling up tower to refill. Instead, we're doubling up on the outside blue, and this is not the hill we want to be fighting for, because you've already seen it over and over again. The blue hill forces tower players to leave tower to commit to it, essentially, just because half of the hill is blocked off by this. If they get to this side, tower's out of the field of play. You can't do anything in tower. So just pushing red.
Eli did say in your chat, he just had thoughts at this point. In game, I have to play my life and keep control of what we have.
Which is true, but then the third factor is, do we have numbers? It's a 4v1/4v2 twice in this life cycle. Let's push for the better hills that are closer together. Tower and nest are the same height. They're very close to each other versus tower and blue is far away. And again, it's truncated off geometrically because of the wall blocking off the arming spot right here, right? So once they get to here, what can tower do? Nothing. They have to like soar. So, but there's no way to arm red nest where you're safe from tower. There's literally like, you can get naded, they can jump at you, they can go mid-cat, they can go, you know, to the red plat. Like, you can literally swallow this red nest open if you're focusing on it from tower. We just need Eli to go from blue plat into tower so we can bump Carnage forward. And then, yeah, but at this point, all this timing loss, now we have to commit to stopping blue. And unfortunately, we lose Eli. Now, Hunt, you literally have to, like, ignore this player and commit to stopping blue.
Yeah.
And we all have to go. Like, Crusher's going, Hazak's going, and then it's like, fuck, they're already going to get it. Oops, sorry for the F-bomb drop, but now it's GG, right? We lost so much timing that there's no way to stop it, and it's done. There's literally, once they cap that, you need to be at, you have to be at 97, because it's like every 3 seconds they get a point. It takes 10 seconds if you're solo arming it. Yeah, and we're down numbers. GG. So that's the whole game. I don't think I skipped around too much. I hope that was it, but I'll send you guys everything I wrote in case I did.
Future, we're in that situation. We just have to out-rotate them instead of trying to defend. Like,
Yeah.
We just really didn't collapse when we had numbers.
That was the biggest
I
thing.
agree.
We just didn't. Yeah, we let them. We were like 4v1. Let's hold this. 4v2. Nah, let's keep holding this. It's like, just go right now. Like, literally, Hunt. You can just boom, come this way.
Yeah.
And now they're gonna be outside, and then we'll start
Yeah,
rotating here.
I think I stopped because somebody said, hey, they're pushing blue. We have to defend blue.
Now
I don't
you
know
have to
why.
at this point. Like, yeah. Now it's kind of chalked. Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
Laz, if you want to see these strategies in action, I'm sure we're all going to jump on matchmaking here in a sec.
I might actually. Yeah, my plan was to stream after this, as I haven't played Halo all day, and I'm gonna show the world how I do not play up to par to my analysis. Do not. Let's go,
So I
guys.
play Cyberpunk.
Shut up, Crusher.
Dude, that
Shit, I
game
gotta
looks
start playing
beautiful.
Halo 3 for that draft tournament.
Yo, what's up, Mags? And I'm catching up now with the stream.
I'm sure
I've
I'm
not
gonna
read
get
it at
downloaded.
all. Rip.
Halo 5, kid.
Cool.
Yeah, that was 16 days from launch.
Ooh, I feel a burp coming and it's not coming. What's up, Mel? Alrighty, so we finished it and that was pretty quick, about an hour. We got 15 viewers. That's a lot more than the 3 I started with, and I have looked away. You're gonna make me do push-ups? Really? That's how you...
Dude, I got 2,000 points.
That-
What do you think you do?
How many can you do?
I don't want to find out how many I can do.
You want to make it 20 or 30?
You want to save those points for another day?
My record